So I remember watching an episode of SpongeBob where Squidward, SpongeBob, and Mr. Krabs were looking down at a deep fryer and they had to clean it. And Mr. Krabs was like, "This looks like a job for a volunteer employee with no extra pay." And Squidward just fades away and disappears for the rest of the episode. And I thought for the longest time that was so relatable because sometimes we want to be just like Squidward and just fade away from a situation. Which brings me to today's topic, social awkwardness. You see, when we're out in public in a social situation, we're hanging out with friends or whatever, sometimes we'll say or do things that will just be really stupid and embarrass ourselves. And honestly, it happens to the best of us. Situations like when the waiter brings you your food and they're like, "Here you go, enjoy your meal." And you're like, "Thanks, you too." Well, here you go. Enjoy. So I thought, what's better than during a time of social distancing than to get the squad together and tell some socially awkward stories?
My brother went out to get groceries and I stayed home because I am lazy. When he came back, I went down to help him carry them up. And we were in the elevator. They gave us these paper bags that didn't have handles, so you can only carry one at a time really, because there was a lot of stuff in them. We were carrying them one by one out of the elevator, and then I was getting the last one, and then the door started to close, and my brother's like, "Bye." And I was like, "No." I tried hitting the button to open the door, and then the door closed, and it started going down, and I couldn't go back up because it was already going down. It stopped at a couple floors down because someone was getting on, and then I was in there, and I'm like, "I'm just gonna get off at this floor." So I was on the 30th floor just with my groceries, and then I just had to wait to go back up.
I was leaving a softball game, and I was trying to be nice to the other team. I was trying to be friendly, and I saw them. I bumped into them in the parking lot, so I was just like, "Oh, hey guys, have a good night, drive safe." And then one of the other guys on the other team was like, "Okay, bye, drive safe." And at that moment, what was going on in my brain, I was gonna say, "Yeah, you too." But then also in my brain, it was just, "Oh, there's no point of me saying that because I already told them to drive safe, and they told me to drive safe." But what actually just came out of my mouth in the end was just, "Yeah, you." And then I just climbed into my car and I drove away.
Oh my god.
So usually at parties, Marissa and I are usually like the two that will like hang out together. Like we're usually each other's social buffers. And we went to, it was like a school event. I don't even remember what it was. It was like a reunion type of thing. Yeah, we went there for the free food.
God.
And then like halfway through the party, we were all just like chilling, vibing, catching up with each other with the entire squad. And then the person who like was in charge was like, "Okay guys, time for our next activity. And our next activity will be kind of like a speed date type of thing. And you're going to be talking with all these other people at the party. Like everybody has to stand in a circle and then we rotate the circle every like 5 minutes." I don't even know what game this is. I'm just going to call it non-consensual socializing. Because then Marissa was just like, "Oh, I kind of don't want to do this." Then I'm like, "Oh, cool. I'll just hang out with you here on these sofas." And like Marissa and I, we can just like chill and eat food.
Yeah,
and
man.
Drink beer.
I just want to eat. I'm not here to socialize.
And then the girl got on the microphone. And then she was just like, "Hey, you two over there on the sofas, you guys have to participate." Yeah. And then Marissa's eyes got like huge, and I'm just like, "Yo, Marissa, just pretend you did here." Like,
yeah, you in the back, get over here.
Yeah.
Like I told her, I'm like, maybe we don't move, she won't notice us.
Yeah.
And then she kept like calling us out. She's like, "Hey," and she called one of her like friends that were like helping her like organize the event. And she's like, "Hey, yo, go get them." And then they actually like came over to us. And I'm like, "Okay, don't worry, Marissa, follow my lead." And then we just went over, and I'm like, "Okay, Marissa, let's just partner up. We're gonna be talking to each other." And then while everybody was just like distracted, we slowly like inched away and then hid behind the corner.
You just faded out of existence.
Yeah, we faded out of existence. So we were at a gallery opening once, and we were like chilling next to like the food there, like usual. One of our friends' boyfriend came over to talk to us, and usually when people come over to talk to us, I'm usually the one that'll respond. He came over to us and he pointed at the pizza, and he was like, "Don't ask me why, but that's called a Canadian pizza." I was like, "I don't know. Like, I don't think that's called a Canadian pizza. I think that's called a Hawaiian pizza. Like, cause like if you look at the pineapples and whatever on top," and he's just like, No. Like if you look closely, like that's like you see the ham and whatever. Like they called it a Canadian pizza." And then I'm just like, "Oh, okay. I wonder why they even call it that." And then he was just like, "Yeah, that's why I said don't ask me why, because I don't know why they call it that." "Oh, And it was like dead silent. Marissa didn't say anything. Like, can I just fade away in this situation?
Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us just tell socially awkward stories that we'd experienced. Follow everybody on their socials and wear your masks. Bye.